How to make a man miss you. In this video, I'm going to share my powerful and proven techniques for making a man miss you. It's Sabrina, your personal love advisor from A New Mode, the channel where we show you how love actually works. It doesn't matter if you're in a long-term relationship and want to revive the spark, or if you're in the early phases of dating and you really want this guy to like you and to really think about you a lot, or if you've just broken up with this guy and you want to get him back. These tips are going to help you out. Before I begin, I just want to say, if you enjoy this video, if you enjoy any of my videos, please give me a like, please subscribe. This will really help me out and it'll help me grow my channel. So if you are ready to learn exactly how to make a man miss you and think about you like crazy, type "I'm ready" right now in the comment section while the intro plays. Missing you and valuing you are intertwined. It is only when we come to realize how rare and special something is that we yearn for it. So that's what these tips are gonna help you do. They're not only gonna tell you what it takes to get a man to miss you and think about you, but they're also gonna show you how to be that woman that gets the commitment from the guy and gets the relationship that she wants. Okay, number one, don't always be the first to reach out. If you feel like you are always initiating contact with him, you're always initiating plans with him, and that if you stopped reaching out, you would basically never hear from him again, it is time to pull back and let him pursue you. Men actually appreciate having the space to pursue a woman, so give it to him. If you stop reaching out to him and you just don't hear from him anymore, then it probably means he just doesn't like you enough to want to be in a relationship with you, and it's just best to just let him go. Number two, be positive. Men love a happy, positive woman, and they can't stand a negative, complaining woman. So when you're with him, be positive and upbeat. Share positive, happy stories. Don't use him as your emotional dumping ground. If it feels really good to be around you, he's gonna wanna be around you all the time, and he's gonna think about you constantly when he's not with you, because he's gonna crave that positive energy. That is just something that is magnetic to men. I can't stress this enough. So if you are in a negative, bitter place, your priority should be to fix that and get out of that mindset. Number three, look your best. Look, I'm not trying to be shallow and superficial here. I'm just being a realist. And the fact is, if you look amazing, he is gonna think about you, he's gonna want you, and he's gonna yearn for you and miss you. This isn't about turning yourself into something that you're not. This is a really important point to make. It's not saying, oh, I want her cheeks, I want her butt. It's saying, I wanna look the best that I can look. I want to enhance my best features. I don't want to steal somebody else's best features. So find makeup that's really flattering for you. Find a hairstyle that flatters your face. Find clothing that flatters your body type. Work with what you have. Don't try to become anyone else. When you do that, you'll be confident in your own skin, and confidence is super sexy. Number four, leave him wanting more. The easiest way to get someone to miss you is to leave them wanting more. So don't give it all away. It's okay to hold yourself back a little bit, especially if you are in the early stages of dating. Don't be afraid to leave the conversation first. Don't be afraid to end the text first. Don't be afraid to walk away from him first. Don't be afraid to say no to plans on occasion. These are good things. He's not gonna take it as, oh, she's not interested. Obviously, don't be cold or mean to him. Be perfectly nice. Just have a lot going on in your life so that he wants more of you. He's just never satisfied. This is not about playing games. It's about not going all in until you know what it is you're getting yourself into. And this is the mistake a lot of women make that leads to heartbreak. They go all in. They completely commit themselves to this guy when he's not even on the same page yet, and she completely just abandons her life in favor of him, and that's just not attractive. So be sparing with yourself. Be sparing with your time, and don't tell him everything. Let him learn about you slowly. Let him peel back those layers one at a time. Also, you don't need to tell him exactly what it is you're doing. This is another good way to create some mystery. So if he says, hey, you want to hang out tonight? Don't say, oh no, I really just want to stay in and watch The Bachelor. Just say, oh, can't tonight, I'm busy. Let him wonder what you're up to. Let him wonder, is she going on a date? Is she going to be out with another guy? Like, what's the deal? What is this girl up to? Let him wonder. Wondering is very alluring. Number five, don't be so available. Don't respond to his text right away. Don't always be available when he wants to hang out with you. Now, this might sound like you're playing a game, but you're not, because I don't want you to pretend to be unavailable. I want you to be unavailable. I want you to fill your life up with so many amazing things that this guy has to fight his way in. He doesn't just automatically take over all the slots in your life. So that's the goal here. The goal is to just be so busy that you're not responding right away because you're doing other things. You're not available every single night of the week to hang out with him because you're doing other things. You have other hobbies, you have other friends, you have other guys that you're dating, especially if this is like an early phase where you don't even know what you are yet. That's what you should be doing. So this is not about playing mind games. If you are always right there when he summons you, how is he ever gonna miss you? Because you're always just right there, right in his face. Whenever he wants to see you, snaps his fingers and you're right there. Number 6, let him see you in your element. Invite him to a game night or to a night of bowling with your friends, or bring him to a party. Let him see you socializing with your friends. Let him see you talking to other guys. Do not flirt with other guys with the intention of making him jealous. This will backfire, and this is just something that insecure people do. So don't do that. But let him see that you have options. Why not? Especially if this guy is not your boyfriend yet, or whatever the case may be with him. Let him see that you have options. Let him see that you are an in-demand person. Let him see how likable you are, and how many friends you have, or whatever the case may be. It's really important for him to just see you in your element, see you in an environment where you shine. Number 7, connect to who he is, to who he really is. What makes you stand out from all the masses, and there are masses these days, because these days it's easier than ever to find somebody to date. What makes you stand out is your ability to connect with him. What most people do is they get so caught up in trying to get the guy to feel a certain way about them. She completely doesn't even think about his experience in the relationship or who he is. She doesn't even try to form a meaningful connection. She's just so worried about what she has, what the relationship is, and trying to figure out what it is and where it's going. Try to be present with him. Being present means that your mind is not spinning 5 million miles an hour. It means that you're present, you're connected, you ask him real questions. You really listen for the answer. You try to find out who he is, what he wants, what drives him, what his goals are. Like, a man could talk about this stuff all day. All he wants is a woman who really wants to listen and hear the answer. Getting physical with a guy doesn't mean much, because men can find dozens or hundreds of women that are willing to get physical. What matters is creating that level of intimacy. This is what gets you to stand out. This is what takes the relationship to the next level, not getting physical. It's about creating an intimate, not physical intimate, like emotionally intimate connection. Number 8, no contact. Now, this really applies if this is a guy that you've broken up with and you want him to miss you. You gotta just follow the no contact rule. I'm not gonna talk about this too much here because we have a whole other video on it. Essentially, you are just going at least 3 weeks of no contact. That means no calls, no texts, no anything, just no talking to him. I would also say, if you really wanna get him to miss you, don't even cut back on how much you post on social media, because let him wonder where you are. Let him fill in the blanks. And the human mind will always go to the darkest places when it comes to doing this. Number 9, be happy on your own. This is the most important piece of advice. You have to learn to be happy on your own first. If you are a happy, genuinely happy, fulfilled woman, that's what gets a guy to really like you. That's what gets him to miss you. That's what gets him to want to be around you. When I was single, I was always waiting. I was waiting to find a guy in order to travel to all these fun places. And then I decided I'm not waiting anymore. I am going to just create an amazing life. So I traveled with my girlfriends instead, and I pursued things that I really wanted to do. I stopped waiting for a man to come into the picture in order to, do all these things I wanted to do. Just do it. Have passions. That's what makes a guy interested in you. That's what makes him really like you. That's what makes you stand out from everyone else. If you are happy and you have a full life, this will also put some of his relationship fears to rest, because he'll know that being with you doesn't mean that he's going to be consumed with this needy energy. He knows that you're not the kind of woman who's going to suck him dry and need him for everything, need him to fulfill her every single emotional need. There's this idea that men are afraid of relationships and afraid of commitment, but that's not necessarily true. What men are afraid of is bad relationships. They're afraid of being stuck in situations where they are just sucked dry by a needy woman who just demands so much of him. That's what guys are afraid of. And every guy has at least one friend who's in this kind of relationship, and that's what keeps these fears going. I hope you're enjoying this video. If so, please give it a like, subscribe, and ring the bell to turn on notifications. And please share your thoughts, your feedback, your questions in the comment section. I read them all and I try to respond to everyone. Again, I want to stress this isn't about playing games or being manipulative. This is about being a high quality woman. That's what these tips were about. It's about getting to a place where you have an amazing, full, incredible, well-rounded life. And it's about just not dropping everything to just run to a man. That's not what gets you the relationship. What gets you the relationship is having a happy, full, fulfilling life on your own and bringing that happiness into a relationship. When you are in that place, that's what gets a guy to be drawn to you. That's what gets him to want you. That's what gets him to miss you and to want more of you. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can check out the full article. The link is in the description box. And for more relationship advice, check out anewmode.com and more videos on this channel. And I will see you next time.